Our coverage from the PGA show continues, joined now by Jason Moore of True Linkswear. Jason, it's a pleasure to have you here. We got some of the product here out on the table, some emerging fashion. What does this week mean to you in trying to do what your company's trying to accomplish?
This week is everything. Mm-hmm. We put so much into this week, and it feels like it just flies by once it's here. But, you know, for us, it's the one time a year we can actually meet all these accounts that have been, you know, stocking our product or wearing our product, and I mean, that's special. You know, what other time of the year can you get this many, you know, golf nerds in one building? It's amazing. Right?
That's a good point. Well, we got new product here, and I'm curious about just the sort of wellspring of creativity. How do you continue to come up with new ideas, with new stuff that keep golfers engaged? You know, because I think, you know, that's with all creative things. That's a difficult thing. How do you personally come up with that stuff?
Oh, we have an amazing team. Honestly, like our design team is like very forward thinking. If anything, we're reeling them back a lot of times. But it's helpful that we work in a category that isn't, you know, super modern right now, and we can bring some innovation. We can bring some of the trends that are happening outside of golf into golf footwear, and make it an exciting product category again. And I think we've been trying to do that now for a decade, but we're finally like really hitting our stride from a design perspective. Yeah. We're starting to put out products that we're really, really satisfied with, like really proud to have our brand name on, you know, and that's important for us. We're never going to put out something just to hit our quarterly goals or our revenue targets. For us, it's like the product has to, you know, be something we're proud of in order for it to hit the shelf. And
it feels like, I mean, over these last 5 or so years, the game is really taking on different forms and different faces. Being on the leading edge of that design, do you feel a responsibility in that sense, or at least that sense of accomplishment when you do put that product out and you see it on somebody's feet, on somebody's body in the real golf space?
Yeah, I mean, we're honored anytime anybody laces up our shoes, whether it's a newcomer to the sport, just at their local muni, or the head pros that have been grinding in the industry for decades, or PGA Tour players. Like we're lucky enough to have an amazing gamut of customers and loyal patrons that have continued to lace up our shoes every day. We have people that own 50 pairs of our shoes. It's amazing. Like it's really flattering. We're really honored just watching dozens and dozens of people every hour walk by in Trues at this show is a testament, right? You're going to be on your feet all day walking like 10 miles. Yeah. You got to put on your most comfortable pair, right? So, when we see that stuff, we're just honored. We're humbled.
Here's your target demo right here because he buys shoes by the gross. Like they're coming in on pallets into the Porter household.
I haven't bought a lot of these. I do have a lot of them, but I don't know how many I've bought. As a writer, my dream, I don't know if it's my dream, but something that I think about is how cool it would be to see somebody out in public reading a book that I wrote, right? Mm-hmm. Do you have any stories where you've been playing golf with people that don't know who you are, don't know what you do, and they're like, "Oh, these shoes are amazing"?
Oh yeah, dude! It gives me chills when you say that. Like that's a cool analogy, though.
What does that feel like?
Oh, it's amazing, honestly, yeah. And we're honored. Like people just buying our shoes every couple seconds on the website. And you're like, who are these people? We've never even met them, But then
media friends.
Yeah, yeah. Apparently it's you. But when we see something, like, we've had tour players or famous celebrities buy them, and you're like, wow, that person's buying my shoes, like. I'm just like a nobody from Tacoma, Washington, grinding on, obviously, trying to perfect my craft, making awesome golf shoes. But, every time we see somebody, name roll through that's recognizable, you're like, wow, that's cool. But just every purchase. I mean, the fact somebody wants to support your brand or wear your product, I mean, it's a pretty special experience.
That's awesome.
For sure.
Progress and innovation is really the name of the week here in Orlando. Can you tell us what's coming for the brand and some of the things you have on deck?
Yeah, I mean, we have the most innovation we've ever had in our lineup. We're literally debuting 9 new footwear styles this week that'll be released, between now and spring, summer. So for us, that's huge. Last year we brought like 2 or 3. Now we're really hitting a lot more creativity, a lot more innovation, and not only the footwear we continue to reinvent, but we also dropped apparel and a custom headwear program. On top of that, we're now doing more wholesale. So we're opening up lots of new accounts, and that's an exciting endeavor too, because we've been a digitally native, direct-to-consumer brand for most of our life. So being able to sit down with all these golf shops and actually get physical product on shelves where our customers can experience it in real life that's pretty thrilling, you know.
One of the themes for us this week has been asking people what they're obsessed with, what they wake up in the morning thinking about, and you seem like the type of person that is thinking about something. I'm curious what it is.
Well, you know what? I am glad we chose footwear as like our main product category because it is a very complicated product to build, you know, and I really, really mean it. I love these shoes on the table, but I don't think the perfect golf shoe's been made yet. And for me, that's like an exciting prospect that we could wake up every day and like have a new idea that gets it like that much closer.
Yeah.
But, you know, I would get bored making T-shirts. I would get bored making even like a duffel bag or whatever. But footwear, there's 95 components in this shoe. I can, if I wanted to, I could be dreaming of shoes all day long for sure.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
We got heat on feet right now. What are we working with?
Yeah, I got a new style on our FSO2, which will debut this spring. But it's part of our future staples family for us. You know, our first one, the FSO1 here, was just a minimalist classic sneaker silhouette, but packed with a bunch of incognito technology. So it's like we want it to look like your favorite sneaker, but feel like a running shoe. It's durable as a work boot. Pretty tall order, but I think we pull it off really well. And this new Future Staples collection has been really popular with our customers.
The thing I love about these shoes, Joe, is I wear them to play golf in, but I also wear them to go to the grocery store, to go to church, wherever.
Chasing the children.
Chasing the children, yes. And they work for every line of life. I mean, you can wear them anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, my brother, Ryan Moore, a PGA Tour player, you know, co-founded this company, and it was really important to him that, you know, we finally make a golf shoe you could wear on the plane to the golf course.
And it doesn't look, because if you did that with some golf shoes, it would look you'd be a clown. I mean, people clown on people for going to golf tournaments in golf shoes.
Yeah.
But with these, you can't really tell.
Oh, for sure. And I mean, part of that, my motivation in making, you know, a good-looking sneaker that's also versatile enough you can wear into daily life. I was tired of being like the kid that grew up playing golf and like my golf shoes were so dorky I couldn't wait to take them off, and like I would be embarrassed if my friends saw me that weren't golfers wearing them. And so like finally, you know, we wanted to make sneakers like that were reminiscent of our favorite sneakers we would wear in everyday life, but good enough tread, good enough waterproofing that, I mean, they're worn on tour every day. You know, that they're put to the test.
Yeah. How vital was that research and development, your brother, in that portion of the product development? Just having that sort of understanding, guys who can feel their hands differently, feel their feet differently on the course. How vital was that?
Oh, it's critical, like really critical. And I'm not kidding. Ryan calls me almost every day with a product idea. He's like that guy, and he loves it. He loves tinkering with his clubs. He loves tinkering with his swing, and footwear is no different. Like, he's got all kinds of ideas. But, yeah, they are more in tune with their body, and it is amazing feedback. We always used to, you know, that Princess and the Pea story, that was Ryan growing up. He felt everything different, and I was like, whoa, how do you notice these little things? And it's definitely helpful from a testing and feedback standpoint. And now we have such a great roster of tour players out there, Joel Damon and Mark Hubbard and Chris Kirk, and these guys have been wearing our shoes now for some of them a decade. They give us so much feedback, and that is critical, you know, because if we can make shoes that are good enough for them, you know, the average golfer is probably going to do all right in them too.
We're going to be just fine.
Those are three of my favorite guys on tour.
Sounds like you found your shoe,
three great guys. Last question for me: were you a sneakerhead growing up?
Man, I was not, but I had multiple friends, so I did the thing where I would go with them to the sneakerhead thing, camp out like for a few hours to get a new release. So very much so grew up around it, but I don't have a collection, you know, collecting dust in my closet. That's not my thing.
I don't either. I remember getting the East Bay catalog though, and like marking something on every page. Were you a sneakerhead?
There's some heat in the closet. It's a conversation for another day.
The Griffies? Did you have the Griffies?
Growing up in Chicago, it was Jordans and only Jordans championships. Really the only thing we knew in Chicago in the 90s. So a lot of J's, but it's a fantastic product here. We can't thank you enough for stopping by.
No, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Absolutely.